Why, hello there. Welcome to a Ultima Red stream. I'm doing this solo, and this is Final Fantasy X. A favourite. It is my third favourite Final Fantasy game. Number 1 is Final Fantasy VII, number 2 is Final Fantasy IX, number 3 is Final Fantasy X. And there are some gripes with the story on this, but what I cannot even pretend to sort of distance myself from is how great this game looks and how great this game plays. And there are so many other things like the design, the music. I'm going to play the arranged soundtrack just for the extra feel of the music, the warmth of the music. Welcome to Final Fantasy X.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
Right, for the people who won't see the chat, I've just said I will be muting my mic for certain cutscenes. However, thank you so much, James, for subscribing to Tier 1. Thank you so much, that's amazing. I'm going to do something really nice for you now. James, would you like to name the main character of Final Fantasy X? And even if it's a case of you want to keep it as Tidus, that's fine. I'm giving the name completely up to you. Thank you so much. Well, yeah. Welcome to the world. Sorry for putting you on the spot.
Can I have your autograph?
Of course.
Okay, any name you want. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely perfectly fine. So we are playing as Tidus. Or Tidus. Depends on how you pronounce it.
Nothing to worry about.
So
If I score a goal, I'll do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
He's blocking the front row. Fifth from the right.
Got it.
I don't know anything about that. Ixion's favourite gaming name. There's very few Ixions I know in
No
gaming convention.
Please.
Alrighty.
Me too.
Take it easy.
But I don't know that much about RuneScape.
Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3. Teach us how to play.
But I'll wait until this
Hey, I got a game to
cutscene
play.
quits to put in my opening spiel.
Maybe tonight.
About this game.
Well,
You can't tonight.
Ah.
I mean,
oh, so
tomorrow.
it was your name on RuneScape.
promise.
Nice, cool. My name of Ultimate Red actually came from Final Fantasy VII, so I used to have the username Ultimate Cloud. I still do in some areas, but Ultimate Red is kind of just what stuck. Ultimate is from Final Fantasy VII, the Coral mission. The Coral mission always stuck with me, and the reward for doing that well was Ultimate. And I love that magic. But let me just make sure Nightbot is on.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the
He
news.
should be. He normally is.
Our hero, Jecht, gone. Vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up
I
talking
don't
about
get to
Jecht
use
all
Ultimate
night.
too much in this. Like, I
My
never
dad
get
and
to
I
that
never
point.
talked so much.
Lulu's a beast.
Whoa.
I love the Black Mages.
Didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jecht Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the...
So, before I go into the
Make
big
way,
opening
make
cutscene that basically
Coming through, sorry.
convinced me to play this game,
Hey, I'm gonna be late.
Final Fantasy X
Hey, let go of me.
is oh, the game just did that on its own. Well, that's going ahead of times. I won't need any backseat gaming because I have played this a lot myself. It's not my favourite Final Fantasy. Shutting up. That cutscene is amazing. I will put that up with like scenes from Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's such a pretty scene, and this game is awe-inspiringly pretty.
What are you doing here?
That's not even one of the prettiest scenes in the game.
What are you talking about?
But my word, does it leave an impact? Like I will put that scene alongside the yeah, that's the thing. It's insane how pretty this game is.
It begins.
What?
Don't cry.
I was late to playing Final Fantasy X. I played Lord of the Rings: The Third Age before I played 10.
What the?
But all the same, oh my god!
Wait!
The way this game looks. Thank you, Nightbot.
Not this way.
Look.
I actually watched like The Third Age as a movie recently. Oh, it's aged badly. It's aged badly compared to this.
We called it sin.
Sin?
I have a question, but I'm not going to ask it yet, just so I don't ruin the tone. Of this opening. That'll do the work. Swat it like a fly.
My old man?
I hope you know how to use it.
Also putting out there.
These ones don't matter. We cut through.
God, the designs of this game is just beautiful. So, I suppose I should give people the rundown on combat.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
It's a basic turn-based Final Fantasy. You get your options in the lower left-hand corner, you get help in the top left. What makes this one slightly different to most Final Fantasies is you see in the top right here, the thing that I'm scrolling, this gives you the turn actions of everything. So in other turn-based Final Fantasies you would get an ATB bar, and when that reached its max, then your character could go. In this, everything is set in the turns. So when it starts off with Auron here, then it goes to Monster A, then to Tidus, and then Monster B, Monster D, Monster E. And you can see which one is which by the help. So I don't want Monster A to take a move before Tidus has a go. So hit Monster A. Tactics. So on and so forth. That's just a tutorial, so it wasn't going to make the monsters do the moves, but it's for future reference. It's how you should think technically about the battles in this game. Hey Sava, welcome. Sava, you've missed two of the prettiest cutscenes you'll ever see in your life. But we're gonna get there. There is still more to come. This is a long game. So here's another deal with Final Fantasy. That spell, Demi. Demi will never kill, but it will do a percentage of your current HP, your current health. Also, this game has overdrives. Special moves that are unique to character. Unique from character to character. And each move operates differently. I will put the VODs up on YouTube because I'm hoping to make this a full length series. And this is Tidus's initial overdrive. Spinal Cut. It's just a spinny hit. Tidus becomes Faustino Espria for a moment and then slices someone. Which is less Faustino Espria, but, you know, whatever. But yeah, in terms of tactics, you just whack it. It only has one move, and the one move doesn't kill. So this is a boss fight that you can't lose. I will say I'm going to be in tutorials for a little bit, which is kind of a shame because I know my way around this game, but you know, for newbies. The save spheres, the save points, but if you use them you get a full HP and MP heal. Nothing out of the blue. I am sorry it's going to come up with the blue not recording screen whenever I save. That's fine, I'm still in game. I'm gonna have to do something about the notifications.
What are you laughing at, old man? Lauren, let's get out of here.
I'll sort that out the next time there's a lull.
Huh? Give me a break, man.
Well, how do you feel about fighting the Devil's Dandruff? And yeah, this might as well be called the Devil's Dandruff. I could do this all week. It's an awesome game. It really is. And I do know that it's like, even though it's not my favourite, it's up there. People have a lot of love for this game.
This could be bad.
I completely understand it. I've got a lot of love for this game, not as much as everyone else does.
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
Fuck, is it good? Let's see if we get. Yeah. I've been playing Final Fantasy IX recently, and you know what? This is easy. No point. Oh, so this is like 100% run you're doing. See, I'm gonna do kind of a lazy story run. which means there's gonna be a point where the game is gonna kick my ass relentlessly. Because if you do it without grinding too much, you can hurt.
Whoa!
Go.
Sadly, you'll want to see this. You want to?
Sure. This is it. This is your story. It all begins here.
Hey. Hey!
Big stretch.
My old man?
I put the standard one on. Cheers for the like. I should do the expert sphere
I thought
grid,
about a
but
lot of things.
this is just a story
Like
run, so
where
I am doing the
was,
standard sphere
what I
grid.
got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy.
I'm actually not a fan of the sphere
I
grid
think
system.
I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore.
I've actually colour sphere grids one of the lower points of the game, in my opinion. Also, because I'm going to try and keep this as fresh as possible, I am not going to update the Albed language. I'm not sure anyone will get that apart from people who have played the game, but I want to make this as fresh as possible for
Anybody
people
there?
who may not have played.
Auron! Hey!
But man, Sin fucked up Sanakin, didn't he? Like, I don't want to talk too much about the foreign language of this game, I will say, for the time being. It won't be for much longer. But the language is basically a cipher. So if you go over here, something's written here. Edrach myth of Rana pumped of Meg. I was close. I'm not going to try the second line. Machelania. Correct. Dra. Fundere. Bemin Oct Sect. Something like that.
What do we have here? Nope, can't read it.
James can read it, apparently. So I am not gonna only most. I'm trying to think of like what's at Macalania there would have been there. I guess I found out at some other point. Actually, so I know the vowels and the most common consonants, you pick it up by mistake after a while. I get that. I'm just going to sort out the notifications on the PlayStation, so give me a moment. Because the notifications were popping up, that's where you get the sort of messy graphic in the top left hand corner. Okay. No, I get that, where you pick up the language by basically cursory glance after a while. Yeah, pick it up after you get all the words, but you pick it up after you hear the language. Like it works weird. I'll try and explain it at another point. But for now, let's learn something about Tidus. Tidus, the people in this universe, if you have like they have a certain ability to hold the breath underwater for a ridiculous amount of time. So here's Tidus going to flow the water. He's fine. Like he's supposed to have the same sort of lungs as human beings. These are human beings, but because he's a blitzball player, he can hold his breath for a long period of time. This game has very aquatic themes, is the wrong word. It's got a very aquatic feel to it. This guy can suck a dick. Ugh. Should I be saying that? Oh. Yes. Yes, I have. This is not a great fight. So for this, you get to see, like, left and right, its right hook takes off half your health, so you don't have to worry about healing. Everything is in percentiles for the moment because the game doesn't want you dead straight away. And trust me, if this thing was fighting the way that it fights in the rematch, as James says in the comments, you'd be dead in one hit. This isn't something to be messed with. Is it called Soul Cage? I know the Soul Cage in Final Fantasy IX is the Giorgano. Oh, thank you. Soul Cage is something else. I'm probably mistaken. It for the Final Fantasy IX boss, but it has the same aesthetic. but it's an aquatic
I had made it out of the frying pan
monster.
and into the freezer.
Doesn't matter.
I thought I was gonna die in this place.
What I will say though, the design is so good. Like it looks unique, it looks threatening, it looks like it can eat you and hold you within its stomach, its cage-like stomach. Soul Cage is in 9, yeah.
Cold.
Oh, I actually remember what I was. I remember what Soul Cage
Fire.
is in 9. Yeah, it's different altogether, but yeah, I was giving the wrong name to the wrong monster. Campfire, flint and tinder. You can start a fire here. Save points over here, but you don't really need it. It's not your bad or anything like that. I'm the one who messed it up. I know which monster. Like I was mixing up the names of 2 Final Fantasy 9 monsters. I actually remember what Soul Cage is. It's Big Flint. I've been playing. What's it called? Minecraft recently. Oh, something that can sneak out of everyone's way. Ether there. Oh, and you get the tinder here. Something to burn. Withered bouquet. It has been a long time since I played this properly. So if I do get forgetful, then don't blame me. I will do as such. However, I'm going to ask for James's sake. Have you done the 200 lightning dodges?
I need food.
That I didn't know. 'Cause I've not done the Monster Arena.
What do
Well,
you want?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's actually one of the ones I've
It was
not
a
done.
bad
I've
call.
never done dodging the lightning.
Your team lost because of you.
You came to say that?
It's been 10 years. I thought you'd be crying.
Who, me?
You cried.
So I will say, for my plan, I do plan... Basically, this is a story run of the game. I want to show off the story of this game. Anything supplemental will come after the fact, and I may not be interested in doing that.
Hey,
That's
wait!
That's all it is.
Don't go out on me! Just hold on.
What I am
I'll get more
definitely
wood.
gonna do, I'm definitely gonna do the story, and if there's anything after the fact that may need doing, I'm gonna off stream a lot of it, and you know, do the meaty stuff on stream. But that's for another
Give me a
time.
break!
I forgot to save. I forgot to save. God damn it. Oh, whoops. Can you imagine if I accidentally ended the game right there? Those dodges are handy. Well, I am down for doing a final boss match that is all streamed if it takes a few hours to beat. I am absolutely game for doing that. Like, if an entire stream is one boss fight, I'll do it, but the grind up to it would have to be off stream, I think. However,
you on my side? Cool.
That's not where we're at the moment. So the game gives you special abilities, and you know, one of them is lobbing grenades. But yeah, no words on who this is. Yeah. Some more grenades. I would just do attacks because I want to keep the grenades for a little bit later, but I can't have fucked up with Tidus, and I don't want to die. But yeah, I know how the arena bosses work. Oh fucking hell! I nearly said the name there. I don't want to do that just yet. Go, my stranger. Actually, pre-WWE, Rey Mysterio had his mask off.
Phew. That was close. Hey, let me go!
Redek Drak!
Ifin, Irisa, Tekiaka!
Wag Edeku! Kemed?
Fed! Trivida Grisa!
Draunia Drakisha Dave.
Ifun Petit, Fapuneket Fedrik. Kuno.
I believe Kuno is sorry. Tidus waking up muttering to himself.
Hey, that hurts!
Usujek, right?
Whoa. Okay.
So, how long before I go into the sort of real life parallels of these people? Will that be too much for the first
I said
part
I don't
of
understand.
the stream?
Fed! He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
You understand me? All right, I'll work.
Yeah, I get that. They are... They are a foreign archetype that play out its part. And there are some pretty heavy parallels that come with them to real life.
This?
There is a real life counterpart to these people, I believe.
Rahui! Kadya vijavonu strana!
All right. You don't have to shout.
And I do actually think it's genius that they have a cipher language between the pair.
Oh, almost forgot.
Using the sphere grid. The sphere grid is not my favourite. It's not my favourite leveling up system from the series. It's just not. I do think that this is a downgrade from just having your stats naturally build up and having abilities tied to this system, or at least this could be something that yeah, I get that. James just said in the comments, the sphere grid is awful right up until you no longer need it, and then it's really fun to abuse. And I get that, because all of a sudden everyone's a blue mage, and that means that you can be everything and anything. But for the purposes of this, if you just want to play the game for the story, the sphere grid is an anchor around every character's neck. So the way it works is, instead of leveling up numerically, you get a sphere level. And the sphere level is ultimately infinite. And you move a character throughout the sphere board and grid, and you can power up nodes that correspond to where the character is on the board, and that will boost up the stats, and it will also gain you abilities. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can either run past certain abilities, underpowering your character, or you can be held up. I know a mate who, like, my first time playing Final Fantasy X was going to a mate's save and him being stuck at a boss not far from here, right, because he never used the sphere grid properly.
But there should still be some. We're gonna go down there and activate it.
Sorry, didn't mean to press
X there. And then we should be able to salvage the big prize.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get to work.
Roger.
So, yeah, the sphere grid is... it's an albatross around the game's neck. I have not seen a no sphere grid challenge run. Oh, you have to, you must abuse Riku in that case, wouldn't you? Not saying who Riku is, but actually, okay, whatever. Oh no, like, my first thought on that was Riku is being abused in any run that's like that, because if if you are using the sphere grid, then you are using Riku's limit, basically, head overdrive. But Riku's down the line. We'll get to Riku when we get to Riku. I'll give it one. Like, I'll give Riku one more mention. For anyone who played Final Fantasy Brave Exvius back in the day, when that was still sort of finding its feet as a mobile game, people abused the hell out of Riku in that game as well. Like, she was broken because like, even to do Bahamut on hard mode, I'd have to use Riku's auto life limit break constantly. But then again, I beat Bahamut in Brave Exvius with Ariana Grande in my squad, so what do I know? Not really looking to one of the only accessible mobile games. I actually stopped playing Brave Exvius a while ago. I'm playing I saw that tweet. I think I put that in the group chat. Ariana Grande is one of the few characters who have canonically thrown hands with Sephiroth. Yeah, but that's enough about Riku. I've been playing War of the Visions, and that's been pretty solid to me. I've also been playing Dissidia Final Fantasy. I don't want to say the two O names because I can never get it correct. Yeah, let's get onto the sphere grid. We'll tee this up here and teach them Chia. Chia is a basic boost that boosts your physical attack and your physical defense, I believe. Only boosts it a little bit, but you know, the boost is nice for certain fights. So I think this is the first time the game stops holding your hand. You can die here, but it's not difficult. It's always nice to have like a Chia for basically the defense boost, but you do want the attack boost as well, just to do the little bit more damage. I should have thrown a grenade. Thank you so much for the cheers. Is that those 100 biddies come in? Thank you so much for that. Cheers for the 100 bits. Thank you so much. Oh, that's mad. Okay, trigger commands. Some things in the game where the game sort of processes a story or processes something unique in the fight. It will give you a trigger command. It will tell you you can do something different, something that's not fighting physically or with magic or anything like that. It's unique to the situation. Here, it's just standing by because the octopus is out of range. But if you stand by, you just heal 50 health points. Preparing to be hit again. Jesus is hit, I'm just going to put the heal on him. And fight continues as you were, as it were. The spiral cut into water. The spiral cut into water is not that impressive. He's got a hard helmet, the Squiddy boy. Oh no, this is a bad place. Yeah. Oh, the... Just trying to time this correctly. I think I've got this right. I'm gonna give both of these a potion. Although I don't think... No, Titus is fine. Let's launch an attack with Titus. That was... not what I expected, but sure. Oh. I didn't show off the other thing. Didn't get a chance to show off the other thing. Okay. That is a lot of damage. Thank you so much for sharing the 100 bits. I've just seen it in the activity feed. Cheers, James. That's not had that, like, that's my first sub and my first bits. So thank you very much. I don't think you can go to the save point from here, but you can leave. Cherries always taste better than pears. But yeah, thank you so much. Now from here, it's a great game. Like it's one of those. I am such a massive fan of the Final Fantasy series. I love these so much that I am actually hypercritical of them. This is my third favourite Final Fantasy of all time. And I will still criticise bits and pieces of it. But it's an awesome game. Like weak Final Fantasies are great games, in my view. And my favourite game of all time is Final Fantasy VII. My second favourite is Final Fantasy IX. But yeah, 10 is my third. I love this game a lot. I have problems here and there, but those problems are only compared to my love of 7 and 9.
Fafutra airship! Tradanupt van een neker.
Nice of you to say airship in English. Or Japan common.
Roofdu, Tungadib. Way! Wichita!
Hey!
Thanks.
Hey, I helped out, didn't I?
Unbeknownst to Tidus, this ship was going underwater. Damn it. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Hungry.
Whoa!
Yes.
Right on.
I'm trying to think, like, how long would it have been since Tidus ate? Between...
Hey! It's because you eat too fast.
That is there. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you eat far too fast. But do we feel sympathy for him because...
Hey!
This is the first real food he's
Hello there.
ever
What is your
eaten,
name?
but I won't go further into that.
Riku?
This is Riku.
Oh, you really do understand. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Why didn't you say so earlier?
I didn't get a chance to. Everyone thought we were a fiend.
We?
Oh, we means you.
Very French. Are we?
Who are you guys anyway?
We're Al Bhed. Can't you tell?
Nope.
Wait, you're not an Al Bhed hater, are you?
I don't even know what an Al Bhed is.
Where are you from?
Zanarkand. I'm a blitzball player. Star player of the Zanarkand Abes.
Did you hit your head or something?
Just doing the can-can.
You guys hit me?
Oh, right. Do you remember anything before that?
I was attacked by this monster, threw his dandruff at me.
So I told her everything there was to tell about Zanarkand. About life there, Blitzball, and Sin's attack.
Got
And
impaled by its booty.
about how Aaron
that
and
what
I were
happened?
engulfed in this light. I just said things as they came to mind. But then I started to wonder. Did I...
Like, where
say
is the
something
face
funny?
of Sin?
You were near Sin. Don't worry, you'll be better in no time. They say your head gets funny when Sin is near. Maybe you just had some kind of dream?
You mean I'm sick?
Because of Sin's toxin, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, there is no Zanarkand anymore. Sin destroyed it 1,000 years ago. So no one plays blitzball there.
Yeah.
Huh?
I know, I'm just sort of being a dick about it.
What do you mean, 1,000 years
It gets
ago?
more apparent the other times
But
you
I
see
saw
Sin.
Sin attack
Yeah,
Zanarkand.
I
You're
know
saying
what
that
the
happened
face of
1,000
Sin
years
is.
ago? No way.
Yeah, I know, I understand. Like, the thing is, because of the way I've got the chat set up, you can say spoilers in the chat. Because people won't see it in the VOD. I'll just have to be very selective with what I talk about when it comes to comments. And let's go.
You said... You play blitzball?
Uh-huh.
You know, you should go to Luca. Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
Luca?
Ah.
Huh.
Okay, leave it to me. I'll get you to Luca. Promise. You'd rather stay here?
Uh-uh.
Okay, I'll go tell the others. Wait here. Oh, and one thing. Don't tell anyone you're from Zanarkand, okay? Yevon says it's a holy place. You might upset someone.
Oh, uh-huh.
one of the only times Tidus was smart enough not to go, who is Yevon? But then again, I probably would have done the exact same. I would have done that and gone, who's
My
Yevon?
Zanarkand? Some kind of holy place? Yeah, I thought. Since when? Yevon? Sin? Luca? I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place, that I could go back in a day or two. But 1,000 years into the future? No way! Whoa!
That's some unfortunate timing.
Shin! Jinek Musa! Etonic! Etonic!
Whoa! Ah!
Right, I was just holding off on talking just for that scene. Like everyone probably would knock him out. Like Tidus, Tidus in this situation is actually a real big problem. But as I can say, the people who blitzball can hold their breath for inaudibly long time.
Riku!
Well, this is how do you do?
Blitzball!
Hey, you okay?
Hey!
I like blitzball. I don't love it. Oh, no, didn't want to go that way. Don't want to go that way too early. Over here. Just because I know it's here, I'm going to pick it up. But I'll get more into blitzball when I have to play blitzball. For now, let's go and talk to these guys.
Yo. Hiya.
You wanna try that move one more time?
Finally. Things were starting to look up.
I found a really good goalkeeper early on.
You know amateur. Who you play
Since
for?
then, I've been like,
The
okay, it's
Zanarkand
fine.
Abes.
Like, I think a lot of people don't like blitzball because
What
keeper
did you say
sucks.
again?
Keeper's terrible.
I meant, forget that. I got too close to Sin, and my head's all foggy like. So, I don't know where this place is. Or even where I came from.
Keeper's terrible.
Since
Keeper is
toxin got to
awful.
you. But you're still alive. Praise be to Yevon. All right, back to practice. I'm Waka, coach and captain of the Besaid Aurochs brother.
But again, he's
What,
terrible at
you
the start.
hungry? Okay, back to the village. I'll get you something.
He is by far the worst keeper in the game when you start playing Blitzball.
I felt like I could trust this Waka, so I just had to ask.
It's true Zanarkand was destroyed, right? 1,000 years ago? So it's just a big pile of rubble now, isn't it?
Long time ago, there were a whole lot of cities in Spira. Big cities with machina, machines to run them. People played all day and let the machina do the work. And then, well, take a look. Sin came and destroyed the machina cities. And Zanarkand along with him. Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago. Just like you said. If you ask me, Sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand. What gets me, though, is we gotta suffer because of what some goofballs did way back when. Of course, we must always repent for our sins. That's important. It's just that it's hard to keep at it sometimes, you know?
It was just as Riku said. Waka and Riku couldn't both be lying. Why would they?
But you from the Zanarkand Daves, that was a good one, huh? Hey, I'm not saying the team never existed, yeah? But you gotta figure, a team living in luxury like that be pretty soft, eh?
I appreciated the fact that Waka was trying to cheer me up. But at that time, all I could think about was everything that happened to me. All this started with Sin. Maybe if I could find Sin one more time, I could go home. For now, I just live life until that time came. No more worrying about where or when I was. Sure, it was hard not to think of home, but I started to feel better already. A little better, maybe.
Okay. So let's keep rolling.
Hey, it's this way.
Let's have a quick look. Nope, won't let you up there. I don't know why, but I always think, is there a primer here? I've never actually picked up all the primers in the game.
Huh?
And push. So, how?
What's the big idea?
You know what? I'll get to it when I get to it. But Waka. Waka. So, Waka's also a blitzballer. His fighting style is with the ball itself. He throws it so hard it causes damage. Wow, the attacks are relentless here. Get the double out the way. Yeah, that's how Waka's attacks work. And Waka is, Alex, for most people who have played Final Fantasy games, people with ranged attacks do tend to be some of the better fighters. The Blitzball is a ranged attack. So Waka actually is one of the better fighters in the game. And his sphere grid tends to lean towards the status ailments, which makes Waka actually one of the trickier fighters. But again, we'll get to that fully when we get to that fully. As to here and now, well, cool. Man, these two are getting swarmed. Let's make sure it's just one attack rather than two. I'm not sure that would be... Yep. Yeah, that wouldn't have killed in one hit. Yeah, I know they deal more damage, but I couldn't kill it in one shot, so I was going to take 2 turns of damage rather than the 1.
Let me
I was
go.
going to get hit by the big guy regardless.
Got a favor to ask you.
You want me on your team, right?
So even though they as a singular entity do more damage,
A major blitz
the bigger
tournament's
groups
coming
do
up.
more
All the
damage
teams in Spira will be there. It's so huge, I'm sure someone there will recognize you. Then you can go back to your old team, right? It'll be fun. What do you say, huh? Come on, come on.
That said, I wasn't paying enough attention to work out if that's true or
Sure
not.
thing.
Dude, our team is gonna rock, eh?
He's unsupported, couldn't hear you.
I thought then that Blitzball and Sin were the only 2 things that Spira and Zanarkand had in common. I wasn't too far off either.
This is where I was born. I started Blitz when I was 5. I joined the Aurochs at 13, 10 years ago. 10 years, and we never won a game. Well, after last year's tournament, I quit. Time seemed right.
10 years and you never won a game. Good lord, Waka's a loser.
So, after quitting, I got this new job, yeah? But every time my mind wandered, I thought about the game.
10 years without a single win will do that.
My first match last year was my big chance. But something else was on my mind. I couldn't focus.
Nice excuse.
Hey, hey!
So, you want to win the next tournament. Go out with a bang. So, what's our goal?
I don't care how we do. As long as we play our best. If we give it our all, I can walk away happy.
No. If I say, what's our goal? You say, victory! When you play in a blitzball tournament, you play to win.
Victory? You're serious?
And welcome back, Ryan. You think the animations in this are stunted? You should see the Third Age. The Third Age motion capture is slightly more fluid, but they've buried it in motion blur.
Be on guard. There are fiends on the road today.
After surviving your run-in with Sin, it would be a shame if something happened now.
Who are they?
Luzu and Gata, Crusaders.
Huh?
The Jaws is something,
Cruise
though.
of what?
What, you forgot that too? Hey, sorry. Don't worry about it. I'll help you out.
Everyone talks like a fish.
Cool. In return, come tournament time, I'll make sure we take the cup.
Cool. About the Crusaders, you can ask them yourself. They got a lodge in a village.
The guards reward us with someone who's actually capable. Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Quixade Village.
They got any food there?
We'll get you something over there later. Take a look around first. Let's see. The Crusaders' Lodge is over yonder. Luzu and Kata are usually there.
I'll show you around the village.
All right.
Point to the one place in the village.
Over here.
Huh? What's up?
You do remember the prayer, right?
Of course I'd never prayed before in my life. Not that he would know that.
You must have forgot
That was an odd
Here,
sort
I'll
of
show you.
Kubrick stare. Accidental Kubrick stare. Although Tidus did look off to the right and
ahead,
then
you
looked
try.
directly into the camera. That's an awkward prayer.
bad.
Kamehameha.
Okay,
Jesus, your
now,
stance
go
is
present
awful.
yourself to the temple summoner.
Any blitzball player would know that prayer. It was the blitzball sign for victory.
I actually did forget that it was a blitzball sign. Let's have a look around. First Town Mercedes. As a sad child. You don't want to know. Don't really want to buy anything. You want to keep the girl. Although, I can't remember. There's not much worth buying for it in the game. Like, items are treated, weapons are treated differently. Let's go to the Crusaders Lounge.
Hey, you! You were attacked by Sin, right? Recently, was it?
I think so.
So, Sin can't be far, right? You're not hiding anything, are you?
Why would I?
If Sin's nearby, it'll attack the island for sure. But it hasn't. I wonder why.
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything. To tell the truth, I don't even know what the Crusaders are.
You're kidding, right?
Sin.
It's the first
Toxin.
person I spoke
Gotta
to as well.
tell him who we
It's
are.
pretty funny.
Yes, sir! The Crusaders are sworn to battle Sin. We have chapters throughout Spira, accepting all who wish to join our struggle. The hero Mihen formed the Crusaders 800 years ago as the Crimson Blades. Later, our ranks grew and we called ourselves the Crusaders. We've been fighting Sin ever since.
What? You've been fighting 800 years and you still haven't beat it?
Well, we've steered Sin away from towns many times. And that's all we can do. Nobody's ever been able to defeat it. Our mission as Crusaders is to protect the temples, towns, villages, and people of Spira.
So, then whose job is it to defeat Sin?
Is Sin's toxin really this bad, sir?
It does seem rather bad. We could just tell you, but I think it better for you to try and remember. Go pray at the temple. Perhaps Yevon will help you regain your memory.
What memory am I supposed to regain? This town seems nice. La 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 la. Hey kid! Daddy doesn't play with me anymore. That's cool, man. Say hi for me as well. I apologize for not being over there. Let's go to the temple, like Waka suggested. Huh, that's a lot of people praying for a bliss
It
ball
was
victory.
then, standing in that place, I began to realize how different this world was from my own.
Ten years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner. And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
Oh, what's a High Summoner? I got too close to Sin's toxin.
Good save. Good save, Titus.
It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny, and a little sad.
The Summoners are practitioners of a sacred art, sworn to protect the people of Yevon. Only a chosen few become Summoners, who call forth entities of great power, the Aeons. The Aeons hear our prayers and come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
So what he meant was that we should respect some kind of great men, or something like that, I figured.
Okay. Let's go into this big... I'm a guardian. Do you see my sword? I don't even see my sword. So, let's have a look in the air, see if there's anything worth pilfering. So you heard that from in here. Good. Let's see. Any more for any more? I've forgotten when he stops talking about Sin's toxin. Let's do it. Let's start off in the next little bit. I believe Wackhead is. Yeah, Wacker's in here. No, he's not. God, it's been a while.
Sorry, man. No time for lunch yet. Take a nap. You look pushed.
You could at least go see how they are doing.
We can't interfere. It's a rule.
But it's been nearly. But it's been nearly.
It's been nearly a day already.
Perhaps you could go look for us.
People are searching for him now.
Thank you. cares whether he comes back or not.
But he might die.
Fine, let him.
Do you hate him so? But if he dies, you'll never be able to tell him how much you hate him.
Wakka?
Okay. So with that... I know fucking let's go straight to it. Wakka's not around the place, he is in the temple. I think. Almost certain.
Is something wrong?
The summoner hasn't returned from the trial.
Eh?
Well, apprentice summoner, really.
Huh?
There's a room in there called the Cloister of Trials. Beyond is where the apprentice summoner prays. If the prayer is heard, the apprentice becomes a fully fledged summoner. Remember?
So someone is in there somewhere and they haven't come back out. Right, I got it.
A day's already gone by.
Is it particularly dangerous in there?
Sometimes, yes.
Why don't you go in and help?
There's already guardians in there. Besides, it's forbidden.
Hey, but what if something happens? What if the summoner dies?
The precepts must be obeyed.
Like I care.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all.
So welcome to the Cloister of Trials. The games... Again! A small gimmick of the game. Throughout the world you run into these cloisters as something happens. And they are little puzzle areas based around spheres and placing the correct sphere in the correct section. As you'll see here, you'll have a glyph sphere, which is the way to the faith. Destruction spheres that'll open treasure, and Besaid spheres, or spheres named after the temple that you are in. That, I believe, is a sphere glyph. Is it a sphere glyph? Glyph sphere. Christ, what's wrong with me? I do not know why you're only allowed to carry one sphere at a time. But it is the thing that you do. And apparently each one is just sort of little bits and pieces to solve the puzzle. So here's the destruction sphere. That's how you find it. Don't need it just yet. I believe you tap this. Yep, touch those symbols. Open up the glyph as we did in the first room. That is the Besaid sphere. Now, every sphere has kind of got a linear path. The destruction sphere is finding the area where the destruction sphere activates, and the destruction sphere only activates in one area.